Hi, my name is Franklin. Today, I'm presenting our work, It Feels Like Taking a Gamble, exploring perceptions, practices, and challenges of using makeup and cosmetics for people with visual impairments. Co-authors are Frankie, Meng, Mina, Peter, Yuqi, Kristen, and Patrick. In the US, about 44% of the population regularly uses cosmetic products. Engaging in a makeup routine is regarded as one of the most important avenues towards self-expression and self-care. Makeup practices are equally prevalent and meaningful for people with and without visual impairments, and they are embedded in a rich constellation of culture and identity signifiers. Despite this fact, there is a near-absent representation of makeup use by people with visual impairments, a worldwide population of at least 2.2 billion. Although visually impaired people utilize various tips and tricks in makeup application, there are profound barriers to participating fully in such effort of self-expression. Purchasing, using, and vetting makeup remains inaccessible. While research in this area is growing, assistive technologies are still limited in their scope to functional activities, rather than expressive activities or full solutions for makeup tasks. In our work, we first seek to understand cosmetic practices as an essential mode of expression for people with visual impairments. We then focus on the perceptions and challenges of makeup as an everyday task, which may be enhanced through technological development. Our study consisted of two parts: a content analysis of 145 YouTube videos and semi-structured interviews with visually impaired people who had experience using makeup and cosmetics. To understand the overall makeup practices for people with visual impairments, we chose to first perform a content analysis with 145 YouTube videos. Through the YouTube video analysis, we uncovered 4 different themes. The first one includes how people learn makeup and available resources, such as watching makeup videos from content creators with visual impairments. We also show how visually impaired individuals select and identify makeup products and styles, for example, leveraging tactile elements of the products to differentiate them. We then introduce the practices often utilized by people with visual impairments in applying makeup. At last, we present how they self-assess their makeup and ask for feedback, such as using IRA or Be My Eyes. Next, based on the makeup practices we learned from the YouTube video analysis, we conducted semi-structured interviews with 12 people with visual impairments to further explore perceptions and challenges of makeup. Throughout the interview, we learned of misperceptions from the general population about the relationship between beauty and blindness. According to P4, many people that I talked with who are sighted were very surprised that I do makeup. Even my family was not aware of how important doing makeup is in my social life. We found that over half of our participants reported that they found sighted people assume blind people do not need makeup. Beyond that, we also learned that aesthetic expression is as multifaceted for blind individuals as for sighted peers, and encompasses practices beyond makeup use. Due to the concerns of error, P5 mentioned, I usually just stick to the same color and same techniques I know. The consequences of doing new makeup wrong are way more than just following simple makeup routines. Beyond self-image, we also found that participants' makeup played a role in their day-to-day social interactions. This includes visually impaired individuals leveraging makeup to control their visibility in sighted settings and engage in the community. As P3 mentioned, I can use makeup to show other people my feelings for each day, and it can become a social medium between other people and me. We also found that the support and motivation from familiarized surroundings are important to visually impaired makeup users. In terms of challenges, we found that there exists a lack of descriptive data in makeup tutorial videos. This image shows that the content creator did not accurately explain the detailed location where she's applying to, except by saying, "Put this under my eyes like so." This is why people with visual impairments prefer watching tutorial videos from content creators with visual impairments. Beyond learning barriers, we found there also exist challenges of having feedback. First, identifying the right color of makeup products remains challenging to people with visual impairments, which includes differentiating and interpreting a group of colors. Other than detecting colors, blending several colors and making sure the color blending is even remains challenging as well. Doing makeup requires many steps sequentially. Our participants mentioned the difficulties of following makeup steps or having precise control over tools. This also leads to the difficulties of tracking makeup status and memorizing specific steps. After doing makeup, we found that getting feedback through video calls can be difficult. This can lead to privacy concerns. It is also difficult to find the right person who's qualified and trustworthy for makeup feedback. In terms of physical and environmental barriers, there is often a lack of accessible product design for makeup products, such as unreadable product description through OCR or the uniform shape of different products. We also found that the complexity of different contexts limits the makeup experiences to people with visual impairments, especially for shopping experiences. P8 commented, "I cannot just wander up and down the beauty aisle. All the products are so close to each other." Based on the interview findings, we further discussed the design considerations and potential opportunities for assistive makeup technology. Drawing from our interviews, we first recognized that beauty practices can be an emotionally impactful practice for many blind individuals, intersecting ableism, femininity, belonging, and self-image. As such, we see the needs for technologies that take into consideration the emotional and social factors of makeup use, which may be uniquely exacerbated for blind individuals. We offer a set of questions to help developers build accessible makeup tools towards pleasure, expression, and community support. From our interview, we found that our participants prefer using makeup tutorials made by blind content creators due to the problems they encountered with general makeup tutorials. Therefore, future research should support people with visual impairments in content creation with more specialized editing instructions. Due to the lack of descriptive data, future research could explore how to extract the detailed information of makeup tutorials, such as brand, volume, where and how to apply, and then leverage human-in-the-loop approaches to obtain specific answers to questions from visually impaired individuals as an add-on tool to video stream synchronously. To support people with visual impairments taking a picture or using video call to have someone help with checking the makeup quality, future research should explore various feedback modes that are specifically for makeup purposes to assist people with visual impairments, such as the number of colors presented in the camera's field of view, light exposure, camera focus, and face area occupied in the photo. Beyond relying on crowd workers or their family or friends, future research could develop automatic feedback systems to provide hands-free instructional support for people with visual impairments during makeup. After makeup, you should be able to check the makeup quality to prevent unwanted attention and actively provide detailed recommendations on makeup revisions and guidelines. Finally, we showed that there exist significant barriers to accessing beauty products by people with visual impairments, such as inaccessible product design and complexity of the shopping environment. Future products should leverage RFID or QR code as assistance to reduce effort of using OCR to scan the product information on makeup packages. Upon having QR code on product packaging, future research could also leverage augmented reality on mobile devices with audio feedback to assist people with visual impairments in exploring the beauty aisle in stores. Exploring the beauty aisle can be more complex than a clear ground space for augmented reality, which brings more consideration of providing additional contextual factors in beauty-specific applications. Thanks for listening. For more details, please read our paper.